Classification, as we have taken in the previous class, based on three different bases. First is on the basis of predominance of floats on the face side or on the surface of the fabric. Means which types of floats or which series of threads are dominating on the face of the fabric. Warp is dominating, warp floats are dominating, or weft floats are dominating, or both are in equal amount. Both are appearing in equal amount. Depending on this basis, we are classifying twills into three categories. Warp face twills, if the warp floats are dominating on the face of the fabric, like 2 up, 1 down, 3 up, 1 down, 4 up, 1 down, and 3 up, 2 down. One example is given here by taking 3 up, 1 down. The example is shown here. So here we have taken 3 up, 1 down twill. So we have started with 3 up, 1 down, and moving by 1, we have constructed the design, or by first taking the baseline and adding the remaining marks. Also, you can construct the same design. Similarly, weft face twill, if the weft floats are dominating on the face of the fabric, then it is known as weft face twill. And examples of weft face twills are 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 3 down, 1 up, 4 down, 2 up, 3 down, or many more examples you can give for warp face and weft face twills. One of them, 1 up, 2 down, is shown here in 3 cross 3. Yes, whenever we have to decide the size, now I think it will be clear to you how we decide the size. Just add the warp floats and weft floats. Like here, 3 up, 1 down, so 3 plus 1, that is 4. So 3 up, 1 down will be constructed in 4 cross 4. 1 up, 2 down means 1 plus 2, that is 3. So it will require a size of 3 cross 3. And if it is 2 up, 2 down, balanced twill, if the equal amount of warp and weft are showing on the face of the fabric, then it is known as balanced twills or even-sided twills. Even-sided means both sides, face and back, are similar. So examples are 2 up, 2 down, 3 up, 3 down, 4 up, 4 down. And here we have taken one more example. Some student have asked the question related with this. Here I have one line. It is not 2, 1, 1, 2. 2 and 1 are in numerator, and this 1 and 2 are in denominator, and there is one line shown here. So, and it is read as 2 up, 1 down, then 1 up, 2 down. Means we have combined two small twills together. And that can be done, and a variety of twill designs can be produced by combining 2 or more small twills. And we will take some examples related with this in the next incoming slides, then it will be more clear. So here we have indicated 2 up, 2 down twill, which can be constructed in 4 cross 4. 2 up, 2 down is 2 plus 2, that will require a size of 4 cross 4. So here I have taken one example of warp face twill, 3 up, 1 down, weft face twill, 1 up, 3 down, and balanced twill, 2 up, 2 down. And remaining twills you have to complete in your assignment. Then classification based on direction of twill, direction of diagonal lines. In which direction diagonal lines are running, it is running from left to right or right to left. Depending on that, we can categorize twill into two categories: right-handed twills and left-handed twills. Right-handed twill means if the diagonal lines run from left to right on the face of the fabric, towards which direction it is the diagonal line is running, that is deciding the twill, it is right-handed or left-handed. So here we have taken right-handed twill in 3 cross 3 and left-handed twill in 3 cross 3. That is 1 up, 2 down. Interlacing order is 1 up, 2 down. And here we have taken again in the 3 cross 3 another variation of this 2 up, 1 down, and the right-handed, and 2 up, 1 down, left-handed. So here you can see only by changing the direction of diagonal line or the baseline, you can construct right-handed, or by reversing the direction, you can construct left-handed. The third classification is based on angle of twill. This is a very important point. We can measure angle of twill So, and it is denoted by alpha. And alpha is the angle of twirl which the diagonal line or the twirl line form with the horizontal axis. जो फैब्रिक का अगर हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस लें उसके साथ डायगोनल लाइंस क्या एंगल बना रही हैं, दैट इज डिनोटेड बाय अल्फा एंड दैट इज नोन एज एंगल ऑफ ट्विल, एंड दैट कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड. दिस अल्फा can be calculated by using a formula in the form of tan alpha. Tan alpha can be calculated. Tan alpha is equal to a rate of advancement of twill upwards, rate of advancement of twill in upward direction, and rate of advancement of twill outwards. Vertical advancement and horizontal advancement. It can be also termed as vertical advancement and horizontal advancements. So rate of advancement in vertical direction upon rate of advancement in horizontal direction multiplied by ends per unit space and picks per unit space. Here we have taken centimeter, that's why it is written EPCM, ends per centimeter and picks per centimeter. So students, this angle of twirl mainly depends on two things. One is rate of advancement, another is density of the threads. So rate of advancement in vertical and horizontal direction is one factor which is deciding angle of twirl, and ends per unit space and picks per unit space, that is warp density and weft density, is another factor which is going to decide angle of twirl. So angle of twirl depends on these two factors. One is rate of advancement and another is density of threads, warp threads and weft threads. And by this formula we can calculate this alpha, and if the alpha is equal to 45 degree in the twirls, in which alpha is equal to 45 degree, it is known as regular twirls. And if alpha is not equal to 45 degree, there may be two cases. Either alpha is equal to 45 degree or it is not equal to 45 degree. If it is equal to 45 degree, the twirls are termed as regular twirls. The twirls are known as regular twirls. If alpha is not equal to 45 degree, the twirls are named as elongated twirls. So according to angle of twirl, we can classify twirls into two categories. One is regular twirls, another is elongated twirls. If alpha, the angle of twirl, is equal to 45 degree, the twirls are termed as regular twirls. And if alpha is not equal to 45 degree, the twirls are known as elongated twirls. And if alpha is not equal to 45 degree, then again there are two cases. There may be two situations. Either alpha is more than 45 degree or alpha is less than 45 degree. If alpha is more than 45 degree, means it is towards the vertical axis. It is nearer to vertical axis. More than 45 means it is nearer to vertical axis. Means more steeping is there. If more steeping is there, then these twirls are named as steep twirls. And if alpha is smaller than 45 degree, means more flattening is there. It is nearer to horizontal axis. The lines are running nearer to horizontal axis or more nearer to horizontal axis. And more, or you can say it is flattening, then this is known as flat twirls. So depending on alpha, either it is more than 45 degree or less than 45 degree, we can categorize elongated twirls into two categories, steep twirl and flat twirl. So overall, we can say on the basis of angle of twirl, there will be three categories of twirls. One is regular twirls, which is having alpha equal to 45 degree, and other is steep twirl, which is having alpha is more than 45 degree, or flat twirl, alpha is less than 45 degree. And this angle, depending on the requirement, either you want to produce regular twirl or you want to produce steep twirl or you want to produce flat twirl, we will change these variables according to our requirement. So for example, if suppose EPCM equal to PPCM, if ends per unit space and picks per unit space is equal, just we are assuming that in a fabric ends per unit space and picks per unit space are equal, then this factor will be nullified here, and we will get the angle of alpha will only depend on rate of advancement of twirl in vertical direction and rate of advancement of twirl in horizontal direction. And in one direction, the rate of advancement should must be 1. Either we can move in vertical direction or we can move in horizontal direction. If we are moving in vertical direction more than 1, then in horizontal direction it will be 1. If we are moving by more than 1 in horizontal direction, then vertical direction will remain 1. So out of these two, rate of advancement in upward direction or rate of advancement outward direction, any one will be equal to 1. We can move only in one direction. Suppose we are moving in upward direction, then outward direction will remain 1. So if we are moving, suppose we are moving by 2 in upward direction, counting number is 2, and here it will be 1. So in the formula we will put 2 here and 1 here, and EPCM is equal to PPCM. This will be cancelled out. So your alpha will be equal to tan inverse 2, and you can calculate the value that will be more than 45 degrees. If suppose rate of advancement in upward direction is 1 and rate of advancement in horizontal direction is 1, equal, and EPI and EPCM and PPCM is also equal, then tan alpha will be equal to 1. It means alpha will be equal to tan inverse 1, and that will be equal to 45 degrees. So in that case, if you want to produce regular twills, it means rate of advancement should be 1 in vertical direction, 1 in horizontal direction, and your ends per unit space and peaks per unit space should be equal. If you want to produce steep twills, it means rate of advancement should be more than 1. Rate of advancement in upward direction should be more than 1, and outward direction will be 1. If you want to produce flat twills, rate of advancement in upward direction will be 1, but outward direction will be more than 1. That may be 2, 3, whatever it is. So depending on the angle of twill required, or depending on the twill required, like regular, flat, or steep, we are selecting the counting numbers and EPI and PPI in the fabric. Systematic construction of regular twill. So in systematic construction of regular twills, actually we are going to cover how many types of effects can be produced in the given size. And to understand it, we are taking 2-3 examples. The smallest number of threads on which it is possible to construct a twill is 3. So first we are taking a size of 3 cross 3. And what are the possible interlacing orders in 3 cross 3 that we have already seen? The interlacing order possible in 3 cross 3, that is 2 up, 1 down, and 1 up, 2 down. Only 2 types of interlacing orders are possible in 3 cross 3, 2 up, 1 down, and 1 up, 2 down. And as each of them may be inclined in either direction, means 2 up, 1 down को भी हम left to right और right to left बना सकते हैं, and 1 up, 2 down को भी हम left to right and right to left बना सकते हैं, यानी कि right handed and left handed twills बना सकते हैं. तो इन दोनों में भी 2 up, 1 down में 2 variations possible है, left hand twill and right hand twill, and 1 up, 2 down में भी 2 variations possible है, left hand twill and right hand twill in 1 up, 2 down. So overall 4 different effects can be formed. So in 3 cross 3, which is the smallest number of threads possible in twill, 4 different variations are possible, which are shown here. 1 up, 3 down, right handed, 1 up, 3 down, left handed, 2 up, 1 down, right handed, and 2 up, 1 down, left handed. These are the total 4 variations possible in 4 cross 4. So 4 different effects are possible in 4 cross 4. So sometimes in the examination question may be asked, construct all the possible variations in 3 cross 3. Then you have to count that how many variations will be possible in 3 cross 3, and it is 4. So you have to construct all the 4 designs as the answer. And the terms Kashmir, Jean, Zinet, and Zinova are applied to certain cloths made in these designs. 1 up, 2 down or 2 up, 1 down में जो designs बनती हैं, उनको generally these are the trade names given to these designs: Kashmir, Jean, Zinet, or Zinova. Again, we will try to understand the systematic construction of or variations of regular twill in another size. Suppose we are taking 4 threads, means 4 cross 4. So how many interlacings are possible in 4 cross 4? How many types of interlacings are possible in 4 cross 4?
3.
3 types. 1 up, 3 down, 2 up, 2 down, and 3 up, 1 down. These are the only possible interlacings in 4x4. इसके अलावा और कोई इंटरलेसिंग पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. और इनके लेफ्ट हैंड और राइट हैंड वेरिएशन अगर लेते हैं हम, तो 2 वेरिएशन सबके होंगे. इट मींस टोटल 6 डिफरेंट इफेक्ट्स कैन बी फॉर्म्ड, एंड दैट यू हैव टू construct in your assignment. All the 6 variations of 4x4. 1 up, 3 down, left-handed. 1 up, 3 down, right-handed. 2 up, 2 down, left-handed. 2 up, 2 down, right-handed. 3 up, 1 down, left-handed. 3 up, 1 down, right-handed. Together. हमने पहले कुछ examples में ये लिया हुआ है, but ये all the 6 effects आपको एक ही ग्राफ पर एक साथ बनाने हैं. Take 6 different sizes, 6 same sizes 4x4 at different places on the same graph paper. पास में आप उसको बना लें, and then construct first 1 up, 3 down, left-handed, right-handed, then 2 up, 2 down, left-handed, right-handed, then 3 up, 1 down, left-handed and right-handed. And this is the most popular view next to plane, 2 up, 2 down twill. The trade names or trade terms used for this design are serge, blanket, sheeting, and saloon. These are the names used for 2 up, 2 down twill. The fabric constructed in 2 up, 2 down twill are known as serge, blanket, sheeting, saloon. And all these designs are having variation in construction, EPI and PPI, not in interlacing order. Interlacing order is 2 up, 2 down, but these are the different trade names according to their material used and according to EPI and PPI used in the fabric. One more example we are taking on 5 threads. On 5 threads, how many variations are possible?
5.
Total 6 variations are possible, 6 interlacing order. One is 1 up, 4 down, another is 4 up, 1 down, opposite. In 5x5, starting with 1 up, 4 down, another is 4 up, 1 down, then 2 up, 3 down, 3 up, 2 down, and this is another variation possible, that is combining 2 designs, 2 small designs, 2 up, 1 down and 1 up, 1 down. 1 up, 1 down interlacing order can be combined with one small twill weave, and then it becomes example of twill weave. But purely 1 up, 1 down is known as plain weave, so that cannot be known as twill. 1 up, 1 down pure weave is known as plain weave, but when 1 up, 1 down interlacing order is combined with some twill order, then it becomes twill design. So 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, or 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 1 down can be another examples. यहाँ बीच में मैंने एक line दी हुई है. So 2 up, it will be read as 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. It will be read as 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 1 down. So total 2 variations of each. So 6 into 2, 12 variations are possible. And all these 12 variations you have to construct in your assignment by taking all these interlacings with left hand and right hand, all the 12 variations together on one graph paper for your assignment. So please note down the assignments. Construction of twill by combining 2 or more small twills. As we have taken in the previous slides, we can construct twill designs, ordinary twill designs or regular twill designs by combining 2 or more small twists. Like that, we have taken 2 up, 1 down and 1 up, 2 down combined. In the previous slide, we have taken 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. That is also example of these type of twills. So here, to understand this, I have taken 3 examples, starting with this example, which is constructed in 8x8. So I have written the size below the design, 8x8. And the interlacing order I am selecting here is 3 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down. So how it will be constructed? The same method can be followed. First, indicate a diagonal line. I have used red color for diagonal line, baseline. So a baseline is indicated in 8x8, moving straight. And then marks can be added above the marks, below the marks, at rightwards direction, at leftward direction. But here I have added just above this. So taking this as a base and counting it as 1 mark. इसको 1 mark count करें. And you here we are taking 3 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down. So 3 up का 1 up यहाँ बन चुका है. So remaining 2 marks will be added. So it will become 3 up. Then 2 down. Then 1 up, 2 down. In this way, 3 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down will be indicated in first vertical line. If we are following endwise method or a diagonal line by adding marks in vertical line method. अगर आप pick wise लेते हैं तो marks horizontally add होंगे. That will be the only difference. Then add the same add the marks on the second base mark in the same fashion. 2 marks to make it 3 up, then 2 down, then 1 up and 1 down and 2 down. Similarly, on third mark, 2 up, so it will become 3 up, then 2 down, then 1 up, 2 down. Similarly, on the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. 8 के ऊपर क्योंकि ये mark last में आया है तो 2 marks will be added at the bottom, so it will become 3 up, then 2 blank means 2 down, then 1 up, then 2 down, and automatically you will get this 12 which is constructed by 2 small 12s. Here we have combined 3 up, 2 down and 1 up, 2 down, 2 small interlacings. Similarly, here I have taken another example in 6 cross 6 by taking 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. जो example हमने last time लिया था. Here I have taken right-handed 12. Here I have taken left-handed 12. Left-handed अगर बनाना है तो हम right corner से start करेंगे and we'll move towards left. So first indicate a diagonal line starting from first and ending at the last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now add the marks in the required order. Required order will be according to interlacing order we want to produce. So interlacing order we want to produce here is 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. To make it 2 up, already this mark will be counted as 1. So 1 mark will be added to make it 2 up, then 1 down, then 1 up, 2 down. Similarly, on the second, I'm starting from right direction, right to left, because we are constructing left-handed 12. So right hand side से मैंने start किया है. Then right hand side से जो second vertical space है, इस mark को एक count कर रहे हैं base mark को, and we have to convert it into 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. So 1 mark added, it will become 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. Similarly, on all the next marks we can add the marks on all the base marks, and it will be a 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down, 12. One more example, which we are taking in 12 cross 12. 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. You can count it. 4 plus 2, 6. Or you can count also warp up and weft up. Warp up is 4 plus 2 plus 1. 7 times warp is up. 2 plus 1 plus 2. 5 times weft is up. So 7 plus 5, total 12. So this design, this interlacing order or this design will be constructed in 12 cross 12. So I have taken a size 12 cross 12 here. And then first indicate a diagonal line, which is serving as a baseline with the different, by using different color of the pen of different color. I have taken red color here, and now make it 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down. In these two examples, we have combined 2 small 12s, but in this example, we are combining 3 small 12s. One is 4 up, 2 down. Second is 2 up, 1 down. Third is 1 up, 2 down. So to make it 4 up, 3 more marks are added. Then 2 down, 4 up, 2 down. So 2 blanks. Then 2 up, 2 marks. Then 1 down. Then 1 up, 2 down means 2 blanks. So 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down is indicated in each vertical space. The marks will be added in the same fashion to each base marks, and we will get a 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down, 12 in 12 cross 12. So in this way, you can produce variety of designs even by combining 2 or more small 12s. And if you are taking only 1 12, then it is very easy and easy to construct. But this is not also not very difficult. Just you have to first move in steps. If you are following proper steps, then chances of mistakes will be minimal. So please follow the steps and focus or concentrate your mind when you are constructing the design on a particular line, particular column or particular line, particular vertical line or horizontal line. In which area you have to work. आपको first vertical line में काम करना है, your focus should be on first vertical line only. यहाँ पर first vertical line में अगर marks add करने हैं, आपका focus केवल first vertical line में होना चाहिए, and according to the given order, add the remaining marks. सो 4 अप में क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 1 अप हमने इंडिकेट कर रखा है रेड मार्क से, तो ओनली 3 अप इज रिक्वायर्ड। सो 3 अप के लिए हमने 3 क्रॉस ऐड कर दिए हैं। फिर नेक्स्ट इज 2 डाउन, तो हमने 2 ब्लैंक छोड़ दिया। फिर नेक्स्ट इज 2 अप, तो हमने 2 क्रॉस कर दिए। फिर अगेन 1 अप, सॉरी 1 डाउन, तो हमने 1 ब्लैंक छोड़ दिया। देन 1 अप 2 डाउन, तो 1 ब्लैंक 1 क्रॉस एंड 2 ब्लैंक छोड़ दिया। सिमिलरली सेकंड के ऊपर भी ऐसे ही 3 अप 3 क्रॉस ऐड किया, तो 4 अप, देन 2 डाउन, देन 2 अप, then 1 down, then 1 up, 1 and 1, 2 down. So the order will remain same. Interlacing order will remain same, because in the definition of twill already we have mentioned that all the threads in the twill are having same interlacing order. So if you are going to construct 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down twill, it means all the threads will have 4 up, 2 down, 2 up, 1 down, 1 up, 2 down interlacing order. Either you can read it as endwise, or you can read it as pickwise also. पिकवाइज करेंगे तो यही बेस लाइन रहेगी और आप मार्क्स इस तरफ ऐड करेंगे। तो 3 मार्क यहाँ पे ऐड करेंगे, 3 अप, देन 1 डाउन, सॉरी 2 डाउन, सॉरी 4 अप, तो 3 मार्क ऐड करेंगे, 4 अप, देन 2 ब्लैंक छोड़ेंगे, देन अगेन 2 अप के लिए 2 क्रॉस करेंगे, 1 ब्लैंक छोड़ेंगे, 1 क्रॉस करेंगे और 2 ब्लैंक छोड़ेंगे। फाइनल रिजल्ट विल बी सेम, आइदर यू आर फॉलोइंग endwise method, pickwise method, or you are taking diagonal line and adding the marks above or at the side. Whatever is convenient you, don't think about it, whatever is comfortable for you, and please follow one method. Decide what method is convenient or comfortable for you, in which minimum chances of mistakes are there and you consume less time. So according to time and chances of mistakes जितना minimum है, वो method आप एक बार select कर लें and then forget about other methods. Because एग्जाम में आपको मेथड नहीं पूछा जाएगा कि आपको पिक वाइज से बनाना है कि एंड वाइज से बनाना है कि डायगोनल लाइन से बनाना है। Whatever the method is convenient to you, and even there is no need to mention that आपने कौन सा method follow किया है. You can follow any one method, endwise method, pickwise method, or diagonal line method, whatever is convenient to you. For me, diagonal line method is most convenient, so generally I used to follow diagonal line method. But it is not essential कि मुझे diagonal line method easy लगता है तो आपको भी easy लगेगा. You have to choose your method. So, but it will be better to avoid the confusions. Select one method and practice that method. And in the examination, also use the same method. And even in the industry, you can use the same method because the final result is same. So this is all about the construction of ordinary twills. So far we have covered definition, characteristics of twill. Then we have taken designation and method of construction of twill. Then we have taken classification on the basis of direction, on the basis of dominance of floats, and on the basis of angle of twill. And here it is construction of ordinary twill by combining 2 or more small twills. And also we have taken how we construct different variations in given sizes, like 3 cross 3, 4 cross 4, 5 cross 5, 6 cross 6. So I think all these things are clear. The last slide for today's topic is end uses of twill views. Twill views find a wide range of uses, just like plane is having a very wide range of uses or applications. Similarly, twill views find a wide range of applications, such as, means it can be used for drill cloth, khaki uniforms. Khaki uniforms में दोनों ही views होती है, plain view और twill. कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के पास, जो आप लोगों के पास भी खाकी हैं, कुछ में प्लेन व्यू होगा, किसी में ट्विल भी हो सकता है. डेनिम क्लॉथ जो बनता है, that is also constructed in twill, and this is the most popular fabric in twill design, denim, which is most widely used fabric, particularly for shooting fabric. Boys and girls, means ladies and gents, all are using denim cloth. And denim has covered a huge portion of market in shooting fabrics. Blankets, shootings, shirtings, hangings, and soft furnishing fabrics. So all these fabrics are constructed in twill designs. That's all. Thank you, students. If you have any questions, still we have some time. Do you have any question? Do you want to repeat any slide again? I'm repeating the slides again. So if you have any question, you can stop me and you can ask the question related with that slide. Definition and characteristics. Is there any doubt? Designation and method of construction of twills. Three methods, three different methods we have covered in these slides. One is first one endwise, second one is pickwise, and third one is diagonal line. Is there any question in method of construction? Construction is very easy for twill designs. Only you have to choose one, you have to select one method and just practice different designs. And I have already given you assignments. So if you complete the assignments, आपका practice part complete हो जाएगा. Then we have taken classification, first on the basis of dominance of floats, war-faced twills, wave-faced twills, and balanced twills. Here, ये जो EPI and PPI जो लिखा हुआ बीच में, ये बीच में नहीं आना चाहिए, ये लास्ट में होगा, तो आप इसको करेक्शन कर लें. Generally in war-faced twills, EPI is greater than PPI, and in wave-faced twills, we are going for PPI greater than EPI. ये जो बीच में आ रहा है, it should not be there. ये इसके इस सेंटेंस के बाद में लेना है. And balanced twills. And balanced twills are mostly preferred over war-faced twills and wave-faced twills for some particular designs, which we will take later on when we will take those designs where the balanced twills are preferred and why. On the basis
Sir,
of
एक बार float की definition बताओ.
A float means okay. I will tell you the definition in the another slide. Then on the basis of direction of twill, diagonal lines की डायरेक्शन पे हमने राइट हैंडेड ट्विल और लेफ्ट हैंडेड बोला. इसमें स्टूडेंट्स जनरली कंफ्यूज होते हैं. राइट हैंडेड मींस लेफ्ट टू राइट, टुवर्ड्स विच डायरेक्शन, किधर से स्टार्ट हो रहा वो नहीं, किधर जा रहे हैं हम. अगर राइट की तरफ जा रहे हैं तो राइट हैंडेड, अगर हम लेफ्ट की तरफ जा रहे हैं तो लेफ्ट हैंडेड. तो इस कंफ्यूजन को आप अवॉइड कर ले, अदरवाइज स्टूडेंट्स उल्टा कर देते हैं और उनका आंसर उनको आते हुए भी गलत हो जाता है. On the basis of angle of twill, regular and elongated. Elongated further classified into two categories, steep and flat. If alpha is more than 45, steep. If alpha is less than 45, flat. ये steep and flat टर्म हम जब भी हम माउंटेन्स वगैरह जाते हैं तो वहां पर ये टर्म यूज होती है. कुछ माउंटेन्स एकदम स्टीप होते हैं, यानी कि उस पर चढ़ना मुश्किल होता है, कुछ एकदम फ्लैट होते हैं, वहां पे कोई भी आसानी से चढ़ सकता है. तो these words can be remembered by connecting these with mountains like steep mountains and flat mountains. Similarly here, steep means more than 45-degree angle, means more towards vertical, and flat means more towards horizontal, means less than 45-degree. And generally we are constructing steep and flat twills just by varying the counting number only, means this advancement in upward direction or outward direction, means vertical direction or horizontal direction. And we have separate topic for steep and flat twill. At that time it will be more clear how we can construct steep and flat twills. Then systematic construction we have already taken 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5. Yes, float. I would like to define float again here. You can see here. See the first end. Here it is the intersection point, and next intersection point is here. After 4 peaks. So this end is floating over 4 peaks. It means the float size is 4 here. But you can see here it is floating over only 2 peaks. So float size of the first end